Is Magic the Gathering the best TCG of all time?
Tap in to find out.
Yeah. Tap in. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Tap in, come vibe for a minute. Two friends talking life, yeah, we really just living. From anime fights to the games we be winning. If it's nerdy or funny, yeah, you know we get in it. No script, no plan, just vibes in the mic. 1 minute we deep, next minute we hype. Debating who's strongest, who wins in a fight. Then switch to real life, like you good, you alright, ayy. Whatever you into, we talking about it. So tap in, and let's get it. Tap in, you already know what it is.
Welcome to the Tap In Conversation podcast. I'm Jobie.
And I'm Kobe.
And today we are talking about Magic the Gathering. Probably one of the best TCGs of all time. We will get into that. And then we'll kind of just go from there. How are you doing today, Kobe?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad to be home from work. We was kind of talking about it a little bit earlier, but I'm glad to be home and finally be able to record today. How about you, Jobie?
I'm doing pretty well. I was just telling you before we started recording that I got tickets to Spider-Man for Thursday. I cannot wait. And
I know that's going to be like a good movie. It's going to be excellent.
I'm so excited. But today we are talking about Magic the Gathering. I know you have kind of limited experience playing. I've been playing since 2012. What
Okay.
what do you know about Magic?
No, there's a lot of different mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different plays. When I did play with Ethan, Jonathan, and Sebastian, like a good few times, there's a few decks, different cards that I do like that I'll talk about a little bit through the segment. But I do know probably, the upkeep, and you got to have your mana on the field and stuff like that before you can start playing your combos and stuff. Depending on the creatures and their abilities, like flying or haste or minutes, like anything
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like I know, like I'm a little bit formal with it, just depending on I guess, the level of like what deck is being played.
That's fair enough. And when people think about Magic the Gathering, they always think about the TCG. However, did you know there's a book series and an anime for Magic the Gathering?
No, I did not.
Yes. So the anime, or I guess you can call it a cartoon or anime. I'm not sure if it was made in Japan or not, but it
Hmm.
didn't get super popular. Um, and I can't even tell you when it premiered and when it ran. To be honest, not off the top of my head at least. But um, it had a little niche following, and then there's the book series that go into the lore about the planeswalkers and the different planes.
Hmm.
And a lot of the times when a new set drops, they'll release these books simultaneously so you can get more lore about the planes.
I'm gonna have to
Um,
read this book because that sounds very, very interesting.
oh, there's several great ones, man, and a lot of times these books or these comics and stuff like that, they'll come with like special promo cards you can only get with buying the book. So there's definitely
Hmm.
there's definitely a following and a collection, a collector's mindset for those things. And more recently, I've seen things on it, nothing like too official, but there's been talks with either HBO or Netflix about a Magic the Gathering television series.
I would watch that because not trying to have them be like another show, but if it kind of gives like, do you remember the show Chaotic?
I do.
If it kind of gives that in a way, that would be dope. Like that would be like awesome.
Okay, so like where they're actually playing the card game in the show, kind of like Duel Masters or Yu-Gi-Oh.
Where they can become that creature and have like their abilities and like depending on like the different card spells or artifacts like that would be like really really cool.
That is a pretty cool concept. Um, and it kind of reminds me almost. So, are you familiar with like League of Legends?
Yes.
Okay. So for the OG Xbox, they had a Magic the Gathering game that was similar to like League of Legends, like that top down MMO style gameplay. Yeah.
Hmm.
And it was actually have one sitting in my Amazon cart. I'm just waiting for one to come available so I can get it for my collection.
Uh, See, now I want to hit up Sebastian and be like, "Do you know about this?" Because I like he's been playing also since it first like ever like came out as
Hmm.
well, but I want to know if he knows about most of this because I really didn't even know, but like just besides just the TCG of it and
Hmm.
not like the whole other side of it, like that's awesome.
Well, tell them to
That's
listen to the
awesome.
show, interact with us on TikTok, Facebook, and all social medias.
Hmm.
But you spoke about the beginnings. So, Magic the Gathering was created by Richard Garfield. He was a mathematician, a professor, and he created Magic in 1993. Is when I think the product officially released with Wizards of the Coast. And
Yep. Hmm.
the entire community, anybody that's ever played a TCG, can owe their thanks to Magic the Gathering, who was the creator of TCGs and inspired the Pokemon trading card game as well as Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game. It truly is the grandfather of TCGs.
Yeah, because it did. Would say it was first and like one of the biggest TCGs to have it to be the what was it called again? I was just looking at it. The Wizards of the Coast Magic, like the Magic the Gatherings was like the first trading card game. So just to have it to be the first trading card game and have it grow from like 2012 all the way up to like 2026 and still having so many people that still love and play it and having new fans and new people also like dabble and also get to like emerge with that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up. So, one of the bigger controversies, especially over like the last few years, is the Universes Beyond sets, where it's featured like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Spider Man, Marvel, Avatar, Lord of the Rings, even
Hmm.
Doctor Who, Fallout. Um, all these great IPs are being brought over to Magic the Gathering, and there's such a mixed reaction of it. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it. My thing is, yeah, it's gonna make scalpers scalp, especially like with the new Star Trek series coming out with like the signed autograph cards from the actors. I think scalpers are gonna scalp. However, with these IPs coming into Magic, it brings new eyes to the product. It brings new players to the game, and I think that's crucial for the game to grow and stay consistent.
I agree because you have to adapt to the newer, like the not saying stray away from like your older crowd that the people who's been following for like 10, 20 plus years, but you have to adapt and want to make some changes so you can have a newer broad audience that still want to like come and like check you out.
Right, and then, I guess that is a very fine line because you want to stay loyal to your fan base who have been playing since the beginning, yet you do want to bring in new fans and new players to the game. So, and I think right now they got a good flow on it. They're doing like half the sets a year in universe, half the sets, universe beyond. So, I think currently right now there's a good mixture. I would like to see more in universe sets. That's just me as
Hmm.
a fan of the game, but I feel that the universes beyond has actually been very instrumental in growing Magic the Gathering.
Hmm. Well, like there's just so many like you said, like there's so many different cards from like Fallout, Avatar, the Airbender, Teenage Mutant Ninja. I can't even talk. I am so sorry.
No worries.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's been kind of a day, so I'm a little like tongue twisted today, guys. So I do apologize. But there's so many cards. Like I know with Sebastian, he has the Lord Azula card,
Hmm.
then like the Avatar decks, and a lot lot of like dinos and goblins. Ethan earlier today was telling me of like what more cards he's trying to get for a particular deck that he's making. Something, I think it's something that's still tied with Venom.
Hmm.
And I was like, if we ever play, I'm not swinging at Venom, so you can just direct all that damage at me. And I'm basically about to be at like 0 because there's more cards that he's using to buff Venom, and
Hmm.
then just one hit on him, you're taking all that damage. And I'm like, we'll just have a stall moment. Like, we'll just keep on going back and forth, just passing.
Right, and I'm assuming you're talking about like commander format, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, and that's very important in Commander. You want to have the right synergy. Like, right now I'm trying to build a Traxa, which is like a toxic deck, like is known for proliferating, giving, your opponents toxic counters, because once they get 10, that's the game.
Mm.
And right now, my favorite commander is probably Yuriko, Tiger Shadow. It has Commander Ninjutsu. It's blue-black from Kamigawa, which is probably my favorite planes,
Okay.
and they are returning to Kamigawa in 2027. So I can't wait for that, but I've been kind of blinging out that deck, getting like alt arts and foils, and just kind of blinging it out, making it look nice.
And I do like a lot of the art styles, the different alternative arts for a lot of the cards. Like, I was looking at the You Are a Dragon, and
Hmm.
I didn't know that it had like I think I saw like maybe 5+ different alternative art styles. And I was like, wait a second. I just seen 2 of them. Now I see like 3 more like on top of it, and like each one was like better than like the next
Hmm.
one.
Yeah, I have a few different copies and a few styles of Your Dragon and Nizmezet Dragon as well. One thing, speaking of dragons, I actually talked about building Nicholas Boris, who's like the elder dragon.
Hmm.
It's who the professor or prof based his character on for like the Tolarian Community College. So I thought about
Okay.
building out like the newer Nicholas Boris. I don't know. There's so many decks I want to build, and there's so many possibilities. Did you know that
Yeah,
Magic?
and
Yeah. Did you know that Magic the Gathering has over 30,000 unique cards?
no, I did not. I mean, like, I can see that, but
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that there's like that many like unique like different cards like that.
And we're talking unique. We're not talking like reskins or alt arts. 30,000 unique cards. So there truly is like an open avenue for people to be creative as possible. You don't necessarily have to follow the meta on this. I mean, it helps, especially in the competitive scene, but you can truly build a deck that, you know, adheres to your playstyle. Like, I got a buddy named Sam, and he built this awesome cat deck, and it's pretty
Hmm.
cool. Um, and I know people that have like built decks straight up of rats or goblins or slivers. So I mean, there's the
Hmm.
possibilities are endless, man.
Yeah, like there's a few decks that I do like. One of the first ones for me was the vampire deck. I
Mhm.
think it had let me see the character's name. It was Valgov. I can't. I'm about to butcher this person's name. I'm so sorry. Valgavoth, the Hower of Souls. Like,
Mhm.
that was like the first commander card because before Jonathan sold most of his cards, that was like the first deck that I played that he let me play. It was red and black, of course. Just
Mhm.
different vampire decks to go into it. But I love how he like hits your life points where depending on how many counters and like how many vampires it's like on the board, you can sacrifice your life points, I think, to like draw or something to do with it. But I know your opponents keep
Mhm.
on losing like their life points each time there's like another like vampire like on the field. And like I just love that little combo of it. But another one that I seen Jonathan use was like the wizards,
Mhm.
and the way that he was dealting so much damage is just because of like each spell is being played and you're like taking I think 5 or 10 damage like every single time that a spell's being played, and you're just like, well, I'm about to lose because yeah, I'm at like 24 and now I'm at like 0 because everybody keeps playing some type of spell card, and now we're just taking all this damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes when a deck gets going and hits the gas, it's kind of hard to put a stop to it. But it's funny you mentioned, some of your first experiences being with vampires. So, like I said, my first experience, it was like 2012, 2013 ish. I was like a sophomore in high school. And
Hmm.
the set I remember, I want to say it was Innistrad, like the OG, where it had like Avacyn and Gristlebrand. But, anyways, there's this card shop. It's no longer operational, but it was called Black Sunshine Games. And my buddies convinced me to come out and play. I'm like, I've never really been big into card games, but let me give it a try. So I paid my like $15 to enter the draft or whatever it was back then. And my very first booster pack of Magic, I pulled Gristlebrand, which was the chase card for that set. And back then,
Hell yeah.
pulling a mythic card, especially a legendary creature, was hella rare. And so all my friends were like, "I'll give you $60 for it. I'll give you this. I'll give you that." And I didn't place well in the standings, not gonna lie, but I did pull that card, so I was the happiest, I could be.
Yeah, like I mean, it's like you got the golden egg that everybody wants. That's
Mm,
awesome.
absolutely, and I think my late teens or mid 20s, I probably got rid of all my cards at that time, and I kind of quit playing for a few years.
Hmm.
So my buddy in like Crimson Vow in Innistrad, he pulled like 3 Gristlebrands. So I just
Hmm.
traded with him last weekend, and I got me a Gristlebrand finally, another one. So it
Hell yeah.
definitely brought back the nostalgia for sure.
I just I do love how there's moments like that where a card just draws you in and you're
Hmm.
just like, okay, like I got to come back now because I miss this. Like I miss playing it, like I miss enjoying the game and like the different metas or just the different tiers that it like brings to you. Like that's pretty awesome.
For sure. And, I've talked about Yuriko, one of my favorite commanders, and I've talked about Gristlebrand, Nisa being one of my favorite planeswalkers. What are some of those cards that stick out to you?
Um so kind of going with the vampires. I have another one. There's a card. I don't remember their attack and defense, but there was dominating vampire. I guess I liked how she looked in the art
Hmm.
style of it, and I think her ability where she can enter the battlefield and gain control of the target's creature with
Hmm.
the mana value less or equal to it of the numbers of the vampires that you do control until the end of the turn. And if you I think it was if you untap her, she also gains haste. So like I do like that she also has different abilities just depending on if you need to get around a particular ability. Okay, well I can use this and this should somewhat give me some type of field like advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And those cards that have multiple abilities, it can help synergize your decks in different ways and have multiple win cons. So I think that's very important when trying to build a deck for sure.
And then like another one, when I first saw Mrs. Bumbleflower, I thought she was kind of toxic, like in a way, because
Hmm. That deck.
because when
Hmm.
like Jonathan played the crap out of Mrs. Bumbleflower, and like that was my first introduction when he played it, and I was like, timeout.
Yeah, so we were up at, I forgot the name of the card shop, but it's the one right there in Oak Ridge, and in that plaza with the supermarket. Um,
um, turn one.
yeah, turn one. Okay. So that was the first time I ever played with Jonathan, and I think Ethan was there as well. And he played Mrs. Bumbleflower. And that deck, let me tell you, is OP. He built that deck perfect. Perfect synergy. Perfect flow. It ramps up quick, and when it does, watch out. Mrs. Bumbleflower is a beast commander when built right, and he built it right.
Yes, to draw the way that you can off of Mrs. Bumbleflower and like get those +1/+1 counters and stuff on it. Too much. It's just too much.
For sure. And another commander from that set, from the Bloomborough set, is one I run. I run Hazel, which is the squirrel. She builds squirrels, combined with like Chatterfang, and then I'm about to add Squirrel Girl from Marvel. So I'm about to just spam squirrels like people do goblins with Krinko, and just make hella squirrels and swing out, give them +3/+3, trample, and just dominate the board.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, like, was you gonna put Squirrel Girl in there since you have like a squirrel deck like going on?
Oh, I definitely plan on it. My buddy has one that he said he might trade me. If not, I'll just get on Card Kingdom and order me one. I don't think they're that pricey for Squirrel Girl.
No,
But
probably be like $2, maybe at like best, maybe or like lesser.
yeah, I have, shoot, right here at my desk as we're recording, I have like 2 stacks of Magic cards, about like 800 cards I need to like organize and put in their right boxes, because I organize all my bulk through like color. So I need to actually get through that. I do want to ask you, do you know anything about like the different planes, or, you know, to those who don't really know Magic, the different worlds within Magic?
I actually do not. I just know a little bit of like the different mechanics and just the different cards and which colors, and depending on if you have enough mana on the field to like start doing like combos and stuff.
Right. Okay, well, let me ask you this then. I know you mentioned red and black for like the vampires. Do you have a favorite color or color combo that you like to run?
So I do have a deck. It's green and black. It does a lot of like graveyard effects. I haven't played with it in a while, but that commander in that deck, I know I wrote it down. Actually, surprised I didn't bring it actually into the room, because I actually was going to put it right next to me since we're doing this segment for Magic. But the creature's name, I believe it's called Renmaw the Creaking Nest, or the Cracking Nest. Does a lot of like graveyard effects depending on how many green mana or creatures that you have in the graveyard that you can start recycling and have it go back into your deck, and probably like excavate your deck to see what you have on the top card, and then just like pick it to like your hand. But like it does like a lot of different graveyard effects once the cards start to like flow like a little bit more better.
Yeah, absolutely. And graveyard, especially like graveyard recursion and stuff like that, that's been a big mechanic ever since I can remember, like starting around Magic. I remember like zombies was very big with like graveyard recursion, like zombie decks.
I probably would say some of my favorite colors. I do love red and black and green and black. I kind of want to dabble one day into like the blues and the whites. Like I want to be in like all like more immersed with all like the different colors, but I do want to dabble into blue and white just because I have a few friends, Nathan and Matt. They also been playing Magic for I think it's almost been like a year, but they have 30+ decks just between both of them, like alone. Like I would say Matt has so many different decks and like different color schemes, but when he first showed me his white deck, it had like a lot of angels in it, with a lot of like gaining like more health just depending on the angels effects, I believe. But like I've seen him where he gained like 2 health or like 5 health, 10, just depending on their abilities.
Yeah, that's very common with white lifelink, especially with angels. You see it a lot, and that's what Avacyn was. Avacyn was a white angel. But I want to ask the audience, what are some of your favorite color combos? Let us know in the comments below, and we will silently judge you based on your choices.
Well, I would say I will not judge you because I'm still a little bit of a newbie. So I will never judge whatever color that y'all like.
Okay, that's fair. I won't judge your color combos, but if you play like mono blue, there's severe judgment. I'm questioning all your life choices at that point. But
So what is
go ahead.
Joby, so what is mono blue?
So mono blue is just straight up blue in a commander deck. Blue is known for counter spells and countering everything. Blue is also known for milling. Blue and black are known for milling. But blue specifically is known for like counter spells, and some of these counter spells get crazy. And there's like a long-standing joke or meme in the Magic community that we all hate the mono blue players. Get them, you know. So I'm not serious about the whole judging thing. It's just continuing the long-standing meme, I guess.
I get that. They're kind of probably like in Yu-Gi-Oh terms, they play a lot of like quick spell like cards in a way where they're trying to either have the opponent take damage or negate or just something like in that type of matter.
Yeah, and if I had to use a more common term, I would say it's like the color of protection, if that makes sense.
Okay, I can see that.
But we will leave it at that. That is all we have time for the main segment for this Magic the Gathering episode. We are about to get with Kobe with the trivia.
All right, guys, this is the best part of it. So for this segment, it's going to be the MTG, the Magic the Gathering trivia part. So hopefully we'll see what Joby does this time around. So for the first question, a lot of these answers I was just kind of going through and maybe know them because there are a little bit like history acts in there. So I feel like you'll get these right.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first question is, which card's trigger abilities allowed you to win the game if you would draw a card from a empty library?
I know it because I just watched a episode of the Command Zone where they were playing with banned cards. It was something maze. I remember the art. It had like a female and it had like, it was a white card, I think.
Okay.
It was something maze or maniac. I see the card in my brain. I just watched the episode. Was it Laboratory Maniac?
Yes.
Okay.
See, like I figured you would have known that one. Like I was skimming through the trivia questions for it, and I was like, "Watch Joby probably about to get these," because I don't know them that well, but I was trying to study it to get a better like general like grip on it. But I know you're probably about to get these right.
So, like I said, I just watched the episode like last night of the Command Zone where they were playing banned cards, and one of the players, she played that card. So I'm like, or maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it was a TikTok. Anyways, I just watched something where somebody played that card and pretty much won the game.
Well, you got that one right so far. 1 out of 5. Let's go.
Let's go.
So for the second one, in 2005, during the development of the set planner Chaos, the design team explored adding the 6th color of the mana to the game. What color was that?
That color was going to be purple, Kobe.
A two for two so far.
Which I still think the game could be more balanced if they added a sixth color. And I could see like purple or orange being that color, maybe. So with Planar Chaos, some of the card backs, some of like the beta cards did get released to the public and have that purple dot on the back of a Magic card. Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. See, like I love little facts like that. Okay. So we'll keep the colors going. So for the third question, what are the 5 colors of Magic the Gathering?
All right, we got blue, red, white, black, and green.
Let's go. 3 for 3.
3 for 3. I knew this was going to be my trivia episode.
When I was looking at them, I was like, I may know one, and everything else, I was like, I'm just going to hope the best. Maybe I'll get Jobie out. Like, I don't know. I was just hoping for, like, the best.
Right.
So for the fourth question, which of the original Power 9 artifacts allow players to take an extra turn a turn for 2 generic mana?
I wonder if it's one of the Moxes. That's what I'm thinking. Because the Moxes, like Mox Ruby, Mox Diamond, blah, 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 they're considered like Power 9 from that older set. Is it Mox Sapphire?
It was actually the Time Walk.
The Time Lock. How did I not pull that? Rip. All right, 3 for 4.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, you still got 3 out of like 5, so you're still doing fantastic right now.
Oh yeah,
like you're still doing good. Let me see. So for this one would be a true or false answer. For the question, is Magic harder than chess?
well, see, this question's kind of opinion based.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
I would say, just because I've been around the game for a long time and, you know, all the different mechanics and, you know, especially like newer cards, you got to remember all these triggers and effects. I would say yes, it is a little more complicated than chess.
So that is true. For our listeners that play chess, there's no beef, no type of ill will towards chess. I actually just saw this question or the true or false for it. I just thought it was funny. But yeah, that is correct. It's a little bit more complex than chess because it has all the computer science and all the different abilities that you have to look at. Like you was saying, like if it's a newer card, you have to making sure that you understand its effects, and depending on if it has to be upkeep or untap to use its abilities, or the counters, or the tokens. So yeah, it's a little bit more complex than playing chess.
All right. Well, 4 for 5. I did pretty well this trivia segment.
No, I was like, he'll probably get this, but for me, at least it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Not really like a learning curve, but like a learning experience that I get to ask you these questions and then either get them right or like wrong. So like it's good for like my point of view.
Oh, for sure. And I know next week when we do our Pokemon episode, you know, you'll be able to pull stuff from the video games, from the TCG, from the anime, from the manga. So there's so much more, I guess, quote unquote, meat and potatoes of the questions that you would be able to ask next week.
And I'm actually reading one of the Pokemon mangas right now, and it's so dark.
Yeah.
Like I knew it was dark, but I'm like it's so dark.
Well, that is all the time we have for the Tap In Conversation podcast. This has been the Magic the Gathering episode. Next week, we are getting into one of our most let me learn how to talk. We are getting into one of our most anticipated IPs we've been wanting to talk about, and that is Pokemon. We're going to dive into the TCG, the manga, the anime, the video games, anything and everything on Pokemon. So, if you want to check us out, you can find us on TikTok and Facebook, social media wise. And you can find us on any platform you listen to podcasts. You can find us at tappedinconversation.com. So, check us out, leave some comments, give us a like, share, subscribe even. It would mean the world to us. And just join the ever-growing community of the Tap In Conversation podcast.
Because the podcast is for the people, by the people, for the people. So for the nerds, for all the nerds, like, come on and just tap in and just give us a listen, give us some feedback, anything that can like help us grow more.
Absolutely. And guys, I challenge you to do one kind thing for another human being this week. Put love above hate.
And also, peace, love, and positivity, guys. Just stay positive.
All right, bye now.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah. Tap in. You already know what it is.